Yes guys, how's it going? Welcome back to a new video. Hope you guys are all doing okay. Have enjoyed your Monday, enjoyed the quiet weekend, and I thought I'd jump on and do a quick video because Newcastle have now signed a new player. The summer window is not done after all. We have now signed the goalkeeper, Karius, on a free. He was available on a free transfer without club. Newcastle have now signed him on a short-term deal until January. We pretty much knew this was happening. It was reported at the end of last week that this was going through, and then obviously everything that's happened over the last couple of days, I've no doubt Newcastle held off on the announcement, but it has been announced. He is now a Newcastle goalkeeper and could well be on the bench this weekend should the game against Bournemouth go ahead. At the time of recording, we are still waiting for confirmation on that one. The English Football League looks like they will be going ahead this weekend. In fact, the games throughout this week are meant to be going ahead for the English Football Leagues. The Premier League themselves are still yet to make a full confirmation on what's happening, but Champions League games appear to be going ahead. I think the Arsenal Europa League game could well be cancelled this Thursday, and I think that's why the Premier League are taking a little bit longer on this one, is that basically for Premier League teams in London having the police available with obviously the passing of Queen Elizabeth II and the funeral set to take place on Monday. I think they're having to obviously organise a few things, but obviously up in Newcastle, away from that, it looks like Newcastle will be going ahead. And look, there's going to be different opinions on this one. I think some people might think that games should go ahead, shouldn't go ahead. I know there were some people who thought the games should have gone ahead at the weekend gone, but just literally as a football fan, I'm looking forward to the football being back, absolutely, and I'm hoping the Newcastle game will go ahead. So I think that's possibly what will happen. I think we will see the Premier League back this weekend. Which games go ahead, which games don't, I think we might need to wait and see. But if I had to put a guess on it, and the England Football Association, they've put a post out there as well and have basically said that everything's set to go ahead. They are hoping that other teams will partake in a minute's silence before the game, black armbands, and are really trying to get that kind of organised for the weekend. But in terms of the Premier League, I think it will be back. There will be football in the Premier League this weekend, but maybe just not all teams, as I say, specifically those down in the London area, you know, Chelsea. I think we're hosting Liverpool this weekend. I'll be surprised if maybe that one goes ahead, just because, as I say, the police and everything needed for these big games. But I expect, you know, up in Newcastle where we've got our own police force, that'll be good to go. So exciting stuff, and as I say, we could well see Karius on the bench. He's had a great response from the Newcastle fans. Obviously this has happened because Carl Darlow's gone and picked himself up an injury, and there was a little bit of, you know, people going, well, how it's just totally Newcastle. That's the best way I can explain it. It's just totally Newcastle United to have Dubravka, Woodman, Darlow, Gillespie, Pope comes in. We've got goalkeepers coming out of our ears. So we'll let a few go, and then Darlow gets injured, and we don't have any goalies left. It's totally Newcastle to do that. It really is. But we acted quick. Darlow picked up an ankle injury, which is meant to keep him out until the early start of next year, so January time, after the World Cup pretty much. But we moved quick. We moved really quick. We made contact with Karius and brought him in pretty much the same day for his medical. Now, don't get me wrong, he was on a free. His contract ended with Liverpool in the summer. So, following his Champions League experience where it didn't all quite go to plan for him, he was kind of pushed to one side. He spent some time at Besiktas on loan. He spent some time at Berlin, I think, on loan. And then the contract ended. Nobody's picked him up. And the best thing I can say about Newcastle is we got on the phone. We were very quick. And we brought him in fast, and yeah, the response from Newcastle fans has actually been very, very positive, considering, as I say, Really, what I remember him for is his howler in the Champions League final. But as everyone has pointed out online, he's got Premier League experience. I know the Champions League final didn't quite go to plan, but he was in that tournament. He's got Champions League experience, and he knows the Premier League. We've had keepers that were brought over in the past from foreign countries, like Sells, for example, who were brought in a couple of years ago and really just couldn't quite grasp it. There's a tongue twister for you. Dubravka, on the other hand, came in, had no problems, but Karius, I think, is good to bring in. And as I say, Premier League experience, he's lived in the country, he knows what's going on, and really, to just go out and get someone as quick as we did is very, very impressive. And let's not forget that Nick Pope is number one. He's going to be the man who starts these games. Maybe we could see Karius get a feature in the cup against Crystal Palace, the League Cup, at home. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. And you've got to think that maybe he might have a little chip on his shoulder as well after the way everything kind of ended at Liverpool. Maybe he could come in and really try and prove himself. And who knows? Maybe even create a bit of competition with Nick Pope. I think really Nick Pope is the man, isn't he? But he's not really getting any competition, I would say, from Darlow or Gillespie. It's been that long since I've seen Karius. Who knows? Maybe he can make a little push to see what happens. So it's great that we've done something about it. We've been quick. Interestingly, there's actually rumours out there that we actually approached Ben Foster before we approached Karius. Ben Foster, the Watford goalkeeper, obviously has himself a YouTube channel as well now. He's cycling goalkeeper, and he's obviously doing a lot of that stuff now. Apparently Newcastle were keen on potentially offering him a free contract, and that he had turned it down. Now, in fairness, he's got loads of other stuff going on in his life right now, and he's obviously based down south. So to make that move up for a 2-month contract, because that's all we've given Karius. We've only actually given him until January, which is when Dutch Carl Darlow is due to be back. There is an option to extend. So, for example, should Karius really do himself well, it's not to say that we can't extend it to a year or even 2 years and, see how we get on from there. So I think it's a shrewd move. It's a clever move. It's one that we needed to make. We need to have those 3 goalkeepers, but I'm glad we got it done and got it through the door. And as I say, we will have to wait and see what happens with the game this weekend. I'm hoping the Premier League can get something else tomorrow. As I say, all of the English Football League have kind of sorted it out today. So I half thought that I would be doing a video on that this evening, but nothing was quite being said yet. I'm hoping that maybe tomorrow for Toon Tuesdays. If you're not subscribed, be sure to do so. Check out Toon Tuesdays tomorrow. Obviously, it's been a quiet week without any football, but off the pitch, there's been loads of stuff going on I'm going to talk about tomorrow. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on Karius down below. Enjoy the rest of your night. Fingers crossed we could see some football this weekend for Newcastle United. As I say, I know there'll definitely be different opinions out there from different people, but generally, just as a football fan, I'm hoping to see us back at St James, and I will be there. I'll have the pre-match chat, I'll have the match day vlog, I'll have the instant reaction. So if you are new or you haven't subscribed, then hit the button, and fingers crossed we can see some football this weekend. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Drop a like, subscribe, let me know your thoughts on Karius, and I'll catch you later.